Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm starting a brand new series where I'll be diving deep into some truly powerful books, breaking down their core lessons, and exploring how we can apply them to our own lives. I'm so excited to kick things off today with a book that really lit a fire under me, Millionaire Underdog by Foxx. This isn't just about making money, it's a guide for anyone who has ever felt underestimated, overlooked, or underrated. It's about turning those perceived disadvantages into your greatest strengths. As we go through the key ideas, I am going to share some personal reflections on how these concepts have shown up in my own journey. I really want this to be a conversation, so I'll be posing some questions for you to think about too. After each section, take a moment and ask yourself, how does this connect with my life? Let's get into it. The very first concept Foxx tackles is the underdog mindset. He doesn't just accept being an underdog, he celebrates it. He reframes it from a weakness into a powerful source of fuel. This idea hit me like a ton of bricks. I can think of so many times, especially earlier in my journey, where I felt like I was on the outside looking in. Maybe I didn't have the right background, the same fancy resources, or the established connections that others seem to have. For a while, that feeling was discouraging. It felt like I was constantly playing catch-up, always a few steps behind. But looking back now, I realized those were the moments that defined me. That feeling of being overlooked forced me to get scrappy. It made me hungrier. I had to be more creative, more resourceful, and work twice as hard just to get noticed. That's exactly what Foxx is talking about. Underdogs don't have the luxury of coasting. They have to fight for every inch. And that relentless drive becomes their competitive edge. It builds a kind of resilience that you just can't buy. So, here's my first question for you. Can you think of a time when you felt underestimated? And when you look back, can you see how that experience might have actually pushed you to achieve more than you thought possible? Next, Foxx dives into branding, and his message is blunt. You are a brand, whether you know it or not. This was a huge learning moment for me. I used to believe that if I just put my head down and did good work, the results would speak for themselves. I thought my skills were all that mattered. But I learned pretty quickly that the world doesn't work that way. People don't just buy a product or a service. They buy the person behind it. They buy into your story, your energy, and the trust you build. Foxx urges us to become a category of one, to build a personal brand so distinct that you and have competitors. Only alternatives. For me, this was a scary transition. It meant learning to put myself out there more. I had to start speaking up in meetings, networking even when it felt awkward, and being much more intentional about how I introduced myself in my work. It wasn't about creating a fake persona. It was about defining what I stood for and communicating that clearly and confidently. It was about shifting from being a passive participant to an active architect of my own reputation. So, think about this for a second. If you had to describe your personal brand in a single sentence, what would it be? What do you want people to think and feel when they hear your name? After branding comes a topic Foxx is incredibly passionate about. Marketing. His philosophy is simple and direct. If you don't market, you don't exist. I have to be honest, this is an area where I used to fail spectacularly. I would be so busy doing the work, buried in projects, and I'd confuse that activity with progress. I was busy, but I wasn't visible. Then I'd sit back and wonder why new opportunities weren't finding me. The hard truth was, how could they? Nobody knew what I was doing or what I was capable of. The game changed for me when I started to see marketing not as bragging, but as sharing. I began telling the stories behind my work, putting my ideas and insights out into the world. And I wasn't afraid to repeat my message. Foxx hammers this point home. One social media post, one email, one ad is never, ever enough. Visibility is a long game. It builds familiarity, which builds trust. And trust is what ultimately creates opportunities. You have to be consistently in front of people, reminding them of who you are and the value you bring. So, here's a tough question to ask yourself. Are you truly visible? Or are you hiding behind the work, just hoping that the right people will magically notice you? The next crucial piece of the puzzle is sales mastery. Foxx is adamant that if you can't sell, you'll always be stuck, no matter how brilliant your idea is. For a long time, the word sales made me cringe. It brought up images of pushy salespeople trying to convince someone to buy something they didn't need. It felt manipulative and inauthentic. The breakthrough for me came from the way Foxx reframes it. Great selling isn't about convincing, it's about serving. It's about deeply understanding someone's problems and genuinely helping them find a solution. When you approach it from that perspective, the entire dynamic shifts. It's no longer a pitch. It's a conversation. It's about asking better, more insightful questions, and then truly listening more than you talk. When I shifted my mindset from I need to sell this to how can I help this person, every interaction became more natural and, ironically, more effective. The pressure disappeared, and I was just a person trying to help another person. So, what about you? How do you feel when you hear the word sales? Is it something you shy away from, or can you see it as a powerful way to serve others? Finally, Foxx moves beyond the initial hustle and talks about scaling and building real, long-term wealth. This part of the book really challenged me to think bigger. For so long, my focus was very narrow. Finish the current project, get the next client, make it through the month. I was operating in survival mode, but Foxx argues that, to truly succeed, you have to build systems. You have to seek out strategic partnerships, and you have to diversify your income streams. There was a pivotal moment for me when I realized I was the bottleneck in my own growth. I couldn't do everything myself forever. To scale, I had to learn to invest in tools, trust other people, and delegate. I had to start playing a bigger game, one that wasn't just about my own time and effort. That shift was terrifying, but it was also liberating. It freed up my mental and emotional energy to focus on new ventures and bigger opportunities. It's the difference between owning a job and owning a business. So, the last question I have for you is this. Are you building something that can eventually grow beyond you? Or are you still stuck in the trap of doing everything alone? So, to wrap it all up, the core journey of the Millionaire Underdog is a powerful one. It starts with your mindset, turning what feels like a disadvantage into your primary source of drive. Then, it's about branding, building a reputation that makes people trust and remember you. From there, it's marketing, getting visible and staying top of mind so opportunities can find you. That leads to sales, learning to connect and create value by solving problems. And finally, it's about scaling, thinking bigger, building systems, and creating long-term, sustainable wealth. The book was a profound reminder for me that being an underdog isn't a life sentence. It's a launchpad. It's your secret weapon. So I'll leave you with one final thought to ponder. Where in your life do you feel like an underdog right now? And how can you start to see that position as your single greatest advantage? If this breakdown resonated with you, please hit that subscribe button, because we're going to keep exploring books that challenge us to think bigger, act bolder, and live fuller lives. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.